Hello guys, welcome back to our channel where we dissect the real, the raw and the relatable moments in Umakoti Are You The One? Season 3. Today's episode dives deep into the boiling tension in the Koketso or Matlaila household as Tamara's Ugukotiza trial spirals into emotional warfare and Bridget's lifestyle choices raise eyebrows and questions. Okay, let's start with the Tamara. Tamara came into the Sukukotiza trial with a heart full of hope. We saw that in the previous video where I analyzed her relationship with Ukoketo. So she was determined to prove herself. She woke up today before the birds and prepared a warm breakfast. She tried to bond with Koketo's sisters. But instead of gratitude, she got cold shoulders, blank stares, and blatant disrespect. Let's watch this, guys.
Let me wake up Ippy the way Ma asked me to wake her up. This was the rules, one of the duties I have to do. Ippy, what are you gonna take on your scaffolding for lunch at school? So anything, ne? Yeah, get ready now, ne? Okay, sure.
Why are you waking me up? Like, you can impress her in numerous and multiple ways. Like, why with EP late? Like, no! Not even my own mom wakes me up to go to school. Like, I'm that independent.
Hey, okay. That's good. So, you know what? I saw there's no milk in the fridge, so maybe you can have 2 slices from here. I'll give you like 50 rand and buy something.
No, it's fine. I have money.
You've got money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Rich cheese girl. Oh, man, it's very good. At 16, very proud of you. Excited for school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Well done.
Okay.
I'm taking it without even arguing or questioning what she pegged me for. Like, it's because I'm already annoyed. I decide to be the bigger person and just take the lunch, disregarding whatever's in that little tin foil of hers.
Yo. I'm shocked. Tin foil when someone tried all her best to make you breakfast for school. And what shocked me again was when Tamara woke up and she started going crazy about it as if Tamara had done something wrong. Oh, wow. Some people, the nerve. Oh, that was painful to watch. Does this family even deserve with Tamara? Hi, it's shocking. Anyway, just to give you an insight, in Ukukotiza, a makoti is expected to demonstrate humility, endurance, and respect. But it's a two-way street. If the in-laws weaponize a tradition as a test rather than a welcome, it becomes toxic. Hi, because like what we just watched, it's something else. There's no one who can really enjoy all those things, especially from people who are younger than you. Anyway, age doesn't matter. I mean, respect is really a two-way street, whether you're in the Ugotiza trial or not. Let's talk about the emotional toll on Tamara. I mean, you could tell even on camera that she feels like a stranger, an outsider, that her body is present, but I mean, her spirit was crushed. I mean, she's trying, but what the sister did, this wasn't even just a rude encounter. It was like an emotional sabotage because someone knows that they're at their home and Utamara is here as a guest. She's the only one from the family, no one to support her. So that rude encounter is like someone is just being bossy because they're at their own home with their own family, making Utamara feel like an outsider. So now the question becomes, was this ukukotiza or was this hazing? It's tough. Moving on to Bridget. On the other side of town, Bridget is living a different kind of struggle. She's out here hustling, performing, going to gigs, chasing her bag. But as a Makoti, the clock doesn't stop when her gig ends. I mean, the show goes on even in the Ukukotiza trial. Whether she came back at 5 a.m., she still needs to do her job as a Makoti in the house. So you get there at 5, 6 o'clock, you're up, doing all your chores, sweeping outside, cooking for the family, taking care of the entire household, all in all. So let's look at the pros and cons of Bridget's lifestyle as a modern working umakoti. The pros are that she's financially contributing. I mean, she's going out there to hustle and check her bag. So, which means that she's also financially contributing to the household, which is a good thing. I mean, times are tough. Eh? We almost went into a recession, but thank God we're still managing in this tough economy. Two, another pro or advantage of this lifestyle is that she's true to her identity and dreams. She's still chasing her dreams, and also she's showing young women that Makotis can multitask. I love this point. You know, you can be a Makoti at the same time chasing your dreams, financially contributing to the household. You know, it doesn't mean that you always have to do chores. I mean, you just have to do work-life balance your duties, serve your husband's family, and also serve yourself in the process. Do not forget yourself. However, the disadvantage is that when she returns at 5 a.m., this clashes with her Makoti expectations of being present and available. And then some in-laws will perceive it as neglect. In this episode, we saw Bridget being forced to wake up. She came at 5 a.m. and by 6 o'clock, her mother-in-law was waking up to start the chores. I really don't blame the mother-in-law because that's the time to do chores, but Bridget hadn't slept her wing. So I hope she really adjusts going forward in terms of balancing her time and the Umakoti trial duties. So does being a Makoti mean you must abandon your career, or should the definition of Umakoti evolve? Please let me know in the comment section, guys. So, to put this all together, what we've just discussed today, what we're seeing is a cultural collision. Tamara represents the traditionalist Makoti doing everything right and still being sidelined. We saw the clip that I inserted in the beginning. Bridget, on the other hand, represents the modern woman juggling her own goals while navigating a place in the family. So some of the social media reactions that I saw, I'll just mention but a few. So I quote this other comment that I got from social media in quotes. I relate to Tamara. We bend over backward and still get told it's not enough. And it's so unfair, guys. And most people experience this. It's not even Tamara alone. It's just that Tamara opened up to her life and her household. But I know most women face this from their in-laws, especially in the African society. And another comment says, Bridget's living proof that Makotis can chase dreams. The elders must evolve. I like those comments, the engagement that I saw online. So I'll just mention those two. And then I just want to quote the voice of a cultural scholar who said, I quote, tradition should be a foundation, not prison. The real question is, can in-laws learn to embrace modern Makotis without sacrificing values? Close quote. Food for thought, guys. So now, as we reflect on what we just saw and what we just heard, we can see that Tamara's pain shows us how rejection in a family we are trying to join can leave invisible bruises. Bridget's fight shows us that carving space for yourself can feel lonely, but it's worth it. So guys, which woman do you relate to more? Is it Tamara or Bridget? Do you think Koketso's sisters were testing or tormenting Tamara? Let's talk in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't miss the next episode where we unpack this journey of 3 ladies going to their what is a trial just before marriage. Bye guys, until next time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching. Bye.